Let's talk about feminism. Not the version we argue about on social media, not the version we pick and choose when it's convenient, but what feminism actually is and what it's slowly becoming. Because somewhere along the line, the definition started to blur. Hello, welcome to Behind My Mic. Feminism at its core is simple. It's about equality. Equal rights, equal opportunities, equal respect. Not superiority, not competition, not who suffers more, just balance. But today, the word feminism feels loaded. Ask 10 people what it means and you'll get 10 different answers. And that's where the confusion starts. Recently, there was a conversation online about a popular influencer who just got married. She openly identifies as a feminist, which, fair, that's her stance. But during a podcast, she mentioned that she didn't kneel for her husband on their wedding day. Now pause. Is that her personal choice? Yes. Is she allowed to have that opinion? Absolutely. But the real question is, was it necessary to say it publicly? Because sometimes it's not about what you believe, it's about what you choose to amplify. Watching that moment, you could tell at least from the outside that her husband seemed a bit uncomfortable. He tried to laugh it off, keep it cool. Maybe I'm wrong, maybe that's just perception, but it raises something deeper. If the roles were reversed, would it have been received the same way? Or would he immediately become the villain? And if that's the case, doesn't that start to defeat the idea of equality that feminism is supposed to uphold? When personal beliefs start to play out publicly in ways that might undermine your partner, is that still empowerment, or does it become something else? And this is where the conversation gets tricky, because questioning moments like this doesn't mean you're anti-feminism. It doesn't mean you don't support women. It just means you're asking, do we actually understand what feminism is, or are we redefining it based on what suits us in the moment? Because real feminism doesn't dismiss culture just for the sake of rebellion. It doesn't create tension where there could be understanding, and it definitely doesn't turn relationships into silent competitions. It's supposed to give women freedom of choice, but here's the part we don't say enough. Freedom of choice also includes the freedom to respect, to adapt, to consider others, especially in a partnership. Because equality doesn't exist in isolation. It exists in how we relate to people. So if feminism is about equality, why does it sometimes feel like a performance? Why does it sometimes feel like we only apply it when it benefits us? And more importantly, are we using feminism as a principle or as a tool? Because there's a difference. One builds understanding, the other creates division. And maybe that's the real conversation we should be having. Not, are you a feminist, but who is a feminist? And what kind of feminist are you becoming? This is Behind My Mic, and I'll catch you next time.